of level metrics. The target filtering grouping. Target is the level at which your metric should be calculated. The metric calculation should be done at your target level, means at your attribute level what you have defined. Just now I defined category in my revenue, so that means revenue is my target. Sorry. Category is my target for my calculation of revenue. For calculation of revenue, category became target. That is the level target. Filtering. Filtering again is 3 types, and grouping also. We are going to discuss grouping 2 types, which will define a level matrix. For level matrix, filtering 3 types again. What are they and how to understand them? Very simple, very easy. Just listen carefully. One is standard, another one is absolute, ignore. 3. Very easy. So think I have a report filter. I have a filter in my report. Where on which object? On my subcategory. Science and technology, comedy I said. Science and technology is the books. Comedy is belonging to movies category. These are the subcategories. Okay. Now this is my report filter. So there is a report filter in my report that is going to filter the data. Now what is standard? Metric calculation should be done at the report filter levels. Whatever report filter is there, listen carefully, whatever report filter is there, that will be executed as it is. My report filter, according to my report filter, my metrics will calculate. Okay, science is there, calculate for science. Comedy is there, calculate for comedy. Like that. Whatever filters are there, according to that, metric calculations will be done. So this is standard filter. Standard is a default condition also. Next, absolute. If there is a child attribute in the report filter, it is rolled up to the level of parent and then metric calculation is there. Once again repeating, very simple English. If there is a child attribute in the report filter, it is rolled up to the level of parent and metric calculation is done. According to our example, subcategory is a child of category. So obviously we have a child attribute in our filter. Now what it will do then, if it is absolute filtering reset, it will roll up to parent level. That means the subcategory rolls up to the category level. And now the metric calculations will be done at the category level, not at subcategory level. Normally standard, okay, subcategory level, but absolute at the parent level. Ignore the filter along with its dependencies. Ignore, don't consider the filter, that means. Also its dependencies will not be considered. Means this report filter totally not considered. Also its dependencies means subcategory has a child. Child is item. If you have a filter also on item, in your report filter I say item so and so. If you have like that items, because item is subcategory child, also that will be ignored. In the same way, I have some category books and electronics or something like that, also that will be ignored. Both are, it's related hierarchy. Every filter in the report filter ignored. But some non-related one like something on year. That year, but year for say I have filtered for year 2010. That will be considered because it is nowhere related with subcategory. Okay. So ignoring means ignoring the report filter along with its dependencies. Okay. There is another last one also, none actually. None means if there is filter on here also, that also not considered, no filter at all. Now grouping standard, grouping none. If the grouping is done at the target level, whatever target I have assigned, like group by category ID, in my category sales, it will be group by category ID. That means grouping is done. Okay. Grouping means aggregations. What grouping will do is, it will remove the duplicates. Remember, grouping removes duplicates. It gives distinct values. So my grouping is getting done means it is standard grouping. If I don't want grouping, that means I will get even my duplicates also will be counted. So no grouping on the target, that is none. No grouping at all. No grouping, none. So these are simply some conditions. Now we what standard is the default, both in filtering standard, grouping standard, that is the default condition. When we keep changing the filtering and grouping conditions, the values keep changing. That is what we are going to see in the level. Different examples. Absolute is there. So please once one for 2 seconds, 1 minute or 2 minutes to read all these. Keep in your mind, try to understand what I told you. I'm going to explain some example from my level metrics. Let us start doing one report based on this level metric. I'm giving you one requirement for level metric. Today we will do one and tomorrow one more. Anyhow, if possible today itself both. But try to understand these reports, what we are doing. So I think we can achieve both requirements today itself. Now this is my Excel where I am showing my documents, my mock report. My requirement is like this. I want my report like this, see, with a filter and how I got these colors and all, everything I'll tell you. But I have category sales and displayed subcategories, category sales for all subcategories and displayed categories like this. These are the metrics, level metrics. I have sales, which is a simple metric. So I have one simple metric and two level metrics in my report. You can have metrics 20 also, 10, 20 according to the requirement. We can't say how the requirements will be. Now for this, the documentation I am providing you. How to understand this is, see, I have a report by name category sales. I have to create this report by name category sales where I have to design a filter. The filter is having category in list books, electronics, movies. Now is something missing? You must know I told you many times, you must know the hierarchies. Clearly your column names, table names, all these things. Now see, books, electronics, these are the 4 categories. Movies, music, these are the 4 categories, okay? This arts and architecture, business, literature. Please see the subcategory names for every category. You only observe and read and keep in mind. At least you know electronic items will have computers, TVs, cameras, some common sense points. Audio, video equipments. Okay, by seeing the name at least you will understand action, comedy, drama, horror, and music, alternate, country, pop, rock, soul, all these things. These are the subcategories. Now I am starting my requirement to explain you the requirement according to this document. I need books, electronics, movies only. That means music is left out. This is a filter only on 3 elements of my category attribute. Subcategory in list. Arts, architecture, sports and health. These 2 belong to books. Audio video equipments belong to electronics. Comedy and drama belong to movies. So this is my filter. Nothing again in the subcategory, also nothing again from the music. Category, subcategory are to be designed on my template like I showed you this Excel sheet now. I want category, subcategory, my sales, category sales, all these things on my template like this design. Now here sales, okay, it's a metric. How to understand the remaining 2 metrics? No one is going to give you all these things. You as a developer, you have to design. This is no one going to provide you. As a developer, these are your roles. Okay, so let us start understanding about, say, one each metric. We have just 3. Out of that, one is a simple metric which is report level. Target is report level. So for sales, default level. All default conditions, standard condition, standard condition. This is default. Now how to understand for my category sales? The sales is being calculated at category level, very specified. Here sales, report name also category sales. That means we should understand the target itself is category. Now how to understand the filtering and grouping? There are many, standard, absolute, ignore. 3 types are there in filtering. Then which one is it? How to understand? Read the name of your metric carefully. For displayed subcategories, means whatever subcategories are displayed here, the same subcategories for that subcategory only I want the metric calculation. It's not excluding anything from its filter, from its report filter. It's not excluding anything or it's not adding anything. As it is, it wants. So which type of filtering is it? You have to respond. This is a discussion. I should know what you understood. As it is, report filter should be executed. Just now I explained you, no? There are 3 types. As it is, report filter executed means standard. So this must be standard. grouping. I'm very much specifying that the sales should be at category level. That means one target is specified for grouping. That category level calculation should be done. Means target is also specified, then again it is standard grouping. No target, none grouping. Second one, again category sales, always these all examples will have category as their target only because this is category sales. Now comes into the filtering. Even the grouping is standard because the group category wise the grouping should be done. It is very specific in the sales category. Only filtering you must understand. To understand the filtering, how? Read the name. For all subcategories in displayed categories, something. For all subcategories, that means it is saying don't filter. If you are filtering, you are getting only 2 each subcategories if you are filtering. But it is saying all subcategories. That means other than these two, some other 4 is left out from each and every subcategory. Okay, so that means indirectly it is saying don't consider this filter. This filter should not be considered. A part of filter is total complete filter is this. But for all subcategories is said means this filter, a part of filter should not be considered. From subcategory is the topmost attribute. It cannot roll up to anymore. So what it did, subcategory wise, if you are doing for all calculation for all subcategories is nothing but the category level calculation or not. See, add all these movies subcategories, it is giving the category calculation. That is what it is indirectly saying. Roll up to the parent, that is roll up to the category level. What is that type? Roll up to parent or roll up to category. For this example, roll up to category. Generally rolling up to category means what? Which type of filtering? Just now I explained the types of filtering, no? There are 3 types: standard, absolute, ignore. Which one is that? It is
absolute.
Huh?
Absolute, no?
Yeah, absolute. Should be absolute.
My speaker is mute sometimes. I don't know what is happening.
Because of the disturbance came from other side, I have muted. Just now I am muted.
Oh, not my side, I think.
Ah, okay. But that will get recorded, that's why.
Mhm.
I don't know from whose side. No, so I muted everyone.
Okay. No problem.
Standard grouping. Okay, so this is how you will understand a requirement. This is all your part to do as a developer. Now very quickly we are going to create these 3 metrics and design our report. After understanding our requirement, the next thing that we have to do. Okay, now metrics to be created. Revenue is nothing but sales, so I am taking a copy of revenue once again. Rename it as sales. Nothing is there in it. Everything is Sum of revenue, report level, standard filtering, standard grouping, everything report level will be there. See, report level. Okay, that's all. Next, metrics. This is category sales for displayed subcategories. Displayed subcategories means whatever subcategories have been displayed, that I want as it is. Means as it is, my report filter should be executed. Then only I will get. That means my filtering should be standard. And I am saying category sales. That means not report level. I am specifying a target as category. So I removed the report level. I am taking category. Filtering is standard because as it is I want the subcategory, and grouping also standard because calculations to be done at category level. Category sales it said. That's why. Simple. See how easy they are. Once you understand, everything becomes easy. Now one more is category sales. For all subcategories it said. All subcategories. That means it don't want a part of the filter. For all subcategories in displayed, whatever categories are displayed here, for those categories it won't again. A part of the filter is considered. One part is ignored, one is considered. So you cannot say ignore, because ignore means full report filter, everything in ignored. But here only a part of filter is ignored, and it is rolling up to all subcategories, which finally means all subcategories, if you add the subtotals, it is giving category level calculation. That means it is rolling up to the parent. That rolling up to parent is nothing but your absolute filtering. This is category sales, so that's why call category as your target. Filtering, make it absolute. See, still ignore none is there, okay? Grouping is standard only. Save this. Now designing your report with your report filter, with your attributes, with what all metrics you created. First I have to design category and subcategory on my template. Then here I have to create the filter. See, I want on a filter on category. So add books, electronics, movies, and click OK. And I want on subcategory also. Still my filter is not complete, report filter. I need another one on subcategory, so drag and drop this. Adding business, sports and or health, cameras. I just changed the, okay. Two each subcategory I have taken from the same category. Don't include some music, that will disturb your result set. Now design the matrix. First sales. Keep them in an order. First sales. Category sales for displayed subcategories. Category sales for all subcategories. In displayed categories. This is the order. Okay, this is your report filter. These two are your level metrics. You have designed your report. Now run the report. After running the report also, you may not be much clear by seeing this. Once you add the subtotals, go to data menu, subtotals. This happens only after running the report. Total, advanced. I want the totals across the level of both category and subcategory. Now I got the subtotals also. See, this is for category, this is for category, final total. Okay, these one are for subcategory. Observe carefully what are the values. Sales is at report level. What is that? Where it did the calculation? Group by subcategory ID. After filtering the data, two filters here. Category ID in 1, 2, 3, subcategory ID in 12, 6, like that, some ID numbers. Group by subcategory ID. This is your sales metric, which is at report level. The other metrics, you will see everywhere group by category ID only. Group by category ID. I specified the target as category ID. Here also group by category ID. Now let us understand the analysis part. Grouping okay. Now see, these two values when you add, you got 7,35,000. That is there in here. Category sales for displayed subcategories. Displayed are only two. For these two, if you add what is the sales, that is total sales for books. That is category sales. So same value it gave here. If you add these two, whatever sales you got, total sales is for electronics, because electronics only cameras, computers are being sold. That value is here. So I think this is understandable. Then what is this? How to understand this one? How I got this value 2640? I made absolute filtering here, where one part of the filter on subcategory was ignored. Only one part, calculation for books, electronics, movies. Now see this 2640, how it came. When you are adding for all subcategories from books, all these if you add 6 values, this is the value 2640. Remember, for electronics 24,391. 24,391, remember. For movies 4098,943, remember. See, for books 2640094, 24,391,303, 4098,943. By adding all the subcategories, here this is showing for displayed subcategories. This is for all. Means filter is ignored here on the subcategory, filter is ignored, but from displayed categories only. Books, electronics, movies are displayed, for that only it is showing you. So I hope completely now this report is understandable.
Yeah.
You have to say something, yes or no.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Bhavani?
Yes, Leela garu.
and Mangareddy.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is about your uh, level metrics. One example. How I got that green color is go to grid. That is an auto style. Auto style by name business screen. Business screen. See. And I don't want, I'm disliking this matrix name. I dislike that matrix name. I will go to grid options, fixed under the columns and rows. I don't want matrix that name because end user will not know and will not understand what is that. Make it 0, click OK. Just sales, category sales, all these things, that's all. This is a part of designing the report, formatting the report with colors